Okay, today we are going to do problem solving with whole numbers. This is going to include adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. That's really what this class is about. It's about applying pretty basic math skills to word problems. So let's get started. A new entertainment set costs $1,250. Not included in the price is delivery, which is $50, and tax, which is $96. Okay, we have to add delivery and we have to add tax to the $1,250 that we already owe. So we're going to have $1,250 plus $50 in tax. I'm sorry, $50 for delivery and $96 in tax. So all this is going to be added together. I guess I'm going to I'll do this by hand. 6 plus 0 plus 0 is 6. 9 plus 5, or we could add these first. 10 plus 9 is 19. Carry your 1. 2 plus 1 is 3. And so that's going to be $1,396. Today, okay, it actually said Leslie, which is my name, but I got this straight off of Hawks. Today, Leslie pays $541. Okay, if you pay, that means you're taking off of the cost of the entertainment set. So we're going to subtract $541. Okay, 6 minus 1 is 5. 9 minus 4 is also 5. And we have to borrow here. This is going to become, we're going to borrow from this side and make this 13. I'm going to have to write that really small. 13 minus 5 is 8. So now Leslie owes $855 for the furniture set. Okay, number 2 is very similar. He has to buy a calculator. I wrote over it, so I can't really see. I think the special graph paper is $14, the textbook and the notebook. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to add all these up. So we want to add 67. I think that's a 14. We want to add 63, and we want to add 6. So we'll add all this together, okay? 7 plus 4 is 11, plus 4 is 14, plus 6 is 20, carry your 2, 8, 9, 15. So $150 is how much his school supplies. He had 259. So if Scott started with 259 and he just used $150 for school supplies, he will have $109 remaining. Okay. Number 3 is a little bit harder. Emily went shopping before going on vacation. She bought 3 pairs of shorts for $20 each. Okay, so 3 pairs of shorts times $20 means that she spent $60 on shorts. She bought 5 tank tops for $35. So we'll do 5 times 35. Make sure I'm not missing anything. 1 pair of sandals for $42. And 2 bathing suits for $40. Okay, so I'm listing each of the little clothing items separately. All right, so 3 shorts, that's at $20 each, that's $60 total. 5 tank tops for $35 each. Okay, 30 times 5 is $150. 5 times 5 is 25, that's $175. 1 times 42 is just 42. And 2 times 40 is 80. All right, so how much money did Emily spend? What you would do is add these all up, and you'll have your total. Number 4, again, a little bit harder. Bob purchased a new lawnmower that sells for $1,400, including tax and delivery. He paid $300 down. Okay, so the thing started out at $1,400. He put $300 down. So in other words, he got the price down to $1,100. He wants to divide it into 5 remaining equal payments. So what we're going to do is we're going to divide 5 into 1,100. Now we did this last week. This is long division. So 5 goes into 11 2 times. 5 times 2 is 10. Bring down your 1. Bring this 0 down. 5 goes into 10 2 times. 5 times 2 is 10. Bring down your 0. And the answer is, that's a 0 right there, $220. So Bob needs to pay $220 for 5 months. Let's continue. Number 5. During a 4-month period, Jennifer made deposits. Okay, if you deposit money, that is positive. Okay, so deposits are positive. If you write a check, okay, most people don't write checks this day and age, but that is going to be a subtract because checks are taken out of your account. So in a 4-month period, she deposits checks of, let's see, 412, 763, 1,264, and $556. So we're going to add that. This is her positive total. Okay, this is how much. Or I'm going to call it deposits because this is how much she has in the bank. If her beginning balance was $910, what was the balance at the end? Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot something very important. She wrote checks totaling $1,128. So after we get this total, we're going to take away $1,128 because that is a check, or those are the checks that she wrote. So she withdrew $1,128 from her account. If her beginning balance was $910, what was the balance at the end of the 4-month period? I probably would go back over here and add 910 to this list because she started out with all those deposits. 910 was the original amount, plus she made deposits of 412, 763, 1,264, and 556. So all of those are her positives, and then you're going to subtract 1168 at the ends. Okay, let's do a couple more. I don't like my videos to be super long because I know if they're too long, people aren't going to watch it. Let's try number 6. Very, very similar. Okay, you open an account with $1,593. You wrote checks. Checks are subtracted. So you're going to subtract 224. You're going to subtract 87. You're going to subtract 708. You're going to subtract 97. And you're going to subtract 56. And whatever you get after you subtract all those checks, that's your new total. Let's skip 7 just because we've talked about those. Let's go to something else. Number 8. 8 and 9 are talking about the average. The fancy word for average is mean, but I know you've come across an average before. The average of numbers is just the sum of the numbers divided by however many digits there are. So like however many things you're adding up. If you're averaging the test, it's how many tests you're averaging. If you're averaging people's age, it's how many people you're averaging. So for this particular set, let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 numbers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add all the numbers. I'm going to add these up. This is how you average. Again, the fancy word is mean. We'll be studying this later in this class, so it's a good thing to go ahead and put in your mind. I'm just going to add them in my head. So 5 plus 6 is 11, plus 8 is 19, plus 4 is 23, plus 9 is 32, and this is 10, so that's going to be 42. And 42 divided by 7 is 6. So 6 is my average or my mean. Let's move on because there's several questions that ask the same thing. Use your calculator at your discretion. Oh, let's look at 11. A regular hexagon is a 6-sided figure with all sides equal and all angles equal. So hexagon means 6. Find the length of the sides if the perimeter of a regular hexagon is 528 centimeters. Now, I am not an artist, but let's see. 1 side, 2 sides, 3 sides, 4 sides, 5, and 6. Okay, there's a hexagon. Now, when they tell you all these sides are equal, so all 6 sides have to be the same number. One way to think of this is what number could you add 6 times and get 528? All right, another way to think of this is what is 528 divided by 6 sides? Okay, so we'll use long division. 6 into 52. All right, if you do this without a calculator, so you would think of your multiples of 6. You've got 6, 12, 18, 24, 36, 42. You're going to keep going. 9 times 6 is 54, so that's too big. So you drop down. 8 times 6 is 48. So So this is going to be 8 times 6, which is 48. 52 minus 48 is 4. We bring down our 8, and 6 goes into 48 8 times. So each side would be 88 centimeters. I love this question. There's a lot of area and perimeter in this class, and we talked about this in our earlier sections. All right, let's look at number 12. Let's see how many problems are in this set. All right, I think I'll do 12, and then we'll pause this video. That'll be enough for tonight. An isosceles triangle is placed on top of a square as shown in the picture. If the two equal sides of the triangle are 23 long, okay, so if this side is 23, this side is also 23, and the square is 27 yards on each side. So a square means all the sides are equal. So we'll put a 27 in each of the sides. What is the perimeter of the figure? Now, one mistake people make is they want to add that middle section. But look at what I'm drawing. These are the sides that make the perimeter of the house, okay? You have 5 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 23, that would be listed twice. We have 27, that would be listed 3 times. And you're going to add all this up, and this is going to be your perimeter. Perimeter is the distance around the outside of a shape. I'm going to stop there for now, come back for part 2.